A gust of wind exposed a female corpse with tree roots penetrating through her body. Police received the report and rushed to the scene overnight. The tree roots had grown through the victim's body, yet the skull and body remained connected, indicating the victim had been lying under the tree for no more than 2 years. The medical examiner found a longitudinal fracture on the right temporal bone, suggesting this was the cause of death. A defensive fracture on the left pubic bone indicated the victim had raised her arm to protect herself, pointing to the fact that she had been beaten to death. Both the middle and ring fingers showed signs of bone hyperplasia, mostly concentrated on the middle phalanges, a manifestation of occupational disease typically seen in doctors skilled at using scissors. Hodgins sawed off a section of the trunk for analysis. Examining the tree rings revealed that last winter, the tree had received its most abundant nutrient supply, which came from the corpse itself. Additionally, Hodgins found damage marks on the roots, presumably caused by the killer while burying the body. Shortly after, police investigation identified a surgeon named Mia. The timing of Mia's disappearance matched exactly with the body's timeline. When the medical examiner saw Mia's file photo, she was stunned. Mia looked exactly like her. After examination, the medical examiner determined that head trauma was the actual cause of death. Moreover, multiple healed stab wounds were found on the ribs, injuries that had occurred before Mia was killed. The agent found the pilot who had confessed his feelings to the victim. Mia had told him the rib injuries were from a bicycle accident. Regarding the stab wounds, he suggested investigating John, who had quarreled with Mia over his son's medical condition. Meanwhile, Hodgins tested particles from the head wound and found epoxy resin, a type of tree sap found only on pine trees. The particles also contained acrylic glass. Hodgins speculated this was an artificial reflective coating, meaning the murder weapon was a short club with a large head and reflective surface. The agent then found John, who explained that the argument stemmed from Mia's refusal to perform an organ transplant for his son. John admitted Mia's decision was correct, but her overly rational and straightforward manner had led to the misunderstanding. Now that his son had recovered, his resentment toward Mia had long since faded. During the conversation, the medical examiner noticed a flashlight matching the murder weapon's characteristics and immediately picked it up, an action that puzzled the agent, since potential evidence should never be touched with bare hands. Investigation revealed John had an alibi. However, the agent made a discovery regarding the stab wounds. Witness interviews confirmed that a drug dealer had stabbed Mia, and importantly, Mia's remains were found in the dealer's usual territory. At this point, Hodgins made a major breakthrough. He found traces of heroin and papaverine in the tree's root system, suggesting Mia was likely a drug user. In the interrogation room, the drug dealer refused to admit stabbing Mia. The agent deliberately arrested him for murder, frightening him into calling back the departing agent. He confessed that stabbing Mia was only meant to drive her away after she haggled over drug prices. He hadn't seen her since that incident. The medical examiner suddenly observed slight compression fractures at the fourth vertebra, indicating Mia had fallen from a height onto a smooth surface, causing her death. The next day, the agent obtained Mia's psychological evaluation report, which revealed she was under tremendous stress. To cope, she became extremely logical and isolated herself, exhibiting strange behaviors, such as provoking the drug dealer in a form of suicide by murder. The pilot confirmed Mia had engaged in extreme behavior multiple times. Twice while transporting organs by helicopter, she had unbuckled her seatbelt, opened the door, and provoked him with a contemptuous look. Listening to Mia's recordings again, the medical examiner learned that Bill had died in a car accident. Mia had wanted Bill's family to donate his heart for John's son's transplant, but they refused. This rejection dealt a significant blow to Mia. Feeling dejected and unable to buy drugs, Mia went to Bill's home to plead for the donation. Unfortunately, Bill's home was at a street corner. Standing in a blind spot, Mia was hit by a car making a sharp turn. The impact sent her flying through the air, and she fell heavily onto a protruding object on the ground, ultimately causing her death. Just as the medical examiner was immersed in sorrow, a car suddenly came around the corner heading straight for her. At the critical moment, the agent pulled her away. He had been worried about the mentally unstable examiner and had followed her there. The medical examiner shared all her discoveries with the agent. Following this line of reasoning, the person who buried the body in the park could only be the hit-and-run driver.